Hi everyone, welcome along to another easy picking song. John here. Today we're going to be having a look at Hall of the Mountain King. This is a good fun one to play. Some nice chords in here and the melody is great too. So let me go through the chords for you and I'll play through them so you can see how they go just for the first line. Right, so here we go. 2, 3, 4. So what do we have here? Well, we have an A minor for 4 beats. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got this B chord, and if you're not familiar with that, if you put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and I use my little finger, you could use your 3rd finger, on the 4th fret of the D, and just make sure when you play this chord, you're only playing the A and the D. So you have that kind of thing. Now for the B flat, you're going to play the same thing but just move back 1 fret. So now what you want to be careful of here is not to hit that E string. Otherwise it'll sound like that, which will sound horrible. So now to do that, you can either be really accurate and just hit those 2 strings, or what I do is you can put your finger, your first finger, so it blocks that E string from ringing, but these 2 are still ringing. That way you can hit all of the strings there. All right. So let me play that in context. 2, 3, 4. So. Then A minor again, and C for 4. Now the good news is, once you've done that, the second line is exactly the same chords. So let's move on to the 3rd line, which goes like this. 2, 3, 4. Now, a couple of interesting things going on here. First of all, we've got an E for 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next chord is something called C augmented, and this kind of gives it a little bit of a spooky feel. So if you play a C chord, what we've got to do here is take this first finger and flatten it across the G and B string on the 1st fret, so you have that kind of sound. If you find that really tricky, just play a C and that'll work great. You can E, 2, 3, 4, C for 2, E for 2, and then E for 4, C augmented for 2, E for 2, or you could play C for 2, E for 2. And the last bar, very, very similar to the first 2 bars. We have A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, B for 2, B flat for 2, A for 4, and then C for 2, A minor for 2. So I'm going to play all through those 4 lines, the whole song in other words, so you can see how it goes. And keep it straight at first, so just play it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll see if we can change the rhythm slightly. So 2, 3, 4. Here's the next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last line. All right, that was it. Played all the way through. That was kind of very straight though. So what I mean by that, I'm just going down, 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 down. So if I play it more like this for the first line. So that kind of strum I'm doing there makes it sound a bit better. So it's 1, 2 and a 3. So that if I was counting that 1, 2 and a 3 and 4. 1, 2 and a 3 and 4. So that's the type of strum I'm using there. Right, so that's the chords. Now let's have a look at how you play the main melody, which is the fun bit. So here's the first line. 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can have a look at the tab here. We've got on the A string 0, 2, 3. Then we go to the open D, 2, 3 on the A, 2 back on the D. When you do that bit, make sure you use these fingers 2 and 3 for makes it a lot easier. So we have. Then we have 1 on the D, 2 on the A. Back to 1 again on the D, 0, 1, 0. It's almost the same again for this third bar. Now this bit, when we go to the 2 on the G here, you want to flatten your finger. So don't kind of move down, just flatten it if you can. And then we're going to play this last bar. 0, 2, 3, 2, 0. So I'm playing that open G, 2 on the D, 3 on the A, 2 back to A, back to that G string, open again. All right. So here's that first line again. Now for the second line we're going to do the same notes but just higher up. So the first bar goes like this. So it's 2 on the G, open B, 1 on the B, 3 on the B, open high E, first fret on the B, open high E. So we have. Now we're going to go up here to the 4th fret of the B and we're going to do this second bar. That's 4, 0, 4 on the B, 3, and we do this rolling thing again. 3 on the B, 3 on the G, 3 on the B again. All right, so. Then we have this for bar 3. Didn't finish that phrase, but that's where it finishes in the bar. So you've got 2 on the G, open, B, first fret on the B, third fret of the B, open high E, first fret on the B, open high E, 5. Now this makes sense when you play, which is into the next bar. So that you can think of this as 5, 3, 0 on the high E, 1 on the B, open high E, and third fret. I'm going to play that whole line for you, see if you can follow along with the tab. So we have 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next bar. Alright, next part we have this. First bar is this. So this is 2 on the D, going to 4 on the D. I use my second and fourth fingers for that. The reason I'm doing that is because the next note is the first fret on the G, so you want to kind of stay in position if you can. 2, 4, 1 on the G, 2 on the G, open B, 1 on the G, open B, so we've got a. Then another kind of, in this next bar we have, this is 1 on the B, 1 on the G, so do that rolling thing again. Open B, 1 on the G, open B, then almost the same thing again. 2, 4, 1, 2 on the G, open B, and the last bar, 1 on the B, 1 on the G, 1 on the B, open. Play that whole line for you. One more line to go, which is very similar to the first one. So here we go. Here's the first bit. Nothing new to learn there. It's exactly the same as the first bit. Again, that's exactly the same. But at the end, we have this. That's exactly the same again as the third bar in the first line. All right. But at the end, so this one differs slightly at the end. We have an open G, 2, 3 on the A, 2 on the D, and then we just finish with an open A. All right. So there it is all together. Let me play it all from the top slowly. If you want to join in, you can. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There we are. There it is all the way through. Now, once you've got those two bits, your job is to try and put them together. So see if you can make a backing track of yourself, and you might need to go slower but doing this, but see if you go 2, 3, 4. Now let me stop there, because you're trying to think of this. 2 and 3 and 4 and dun 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 dun. So your goal with really bad singing there by me is to, you know, play both parts, so you can record yourself playing the chords and then play that melody over the top, just like I did at the beginning of this track here. So there we are. Have some fun with Hall of the Mountain King. Do remember to subscribe if you can, and do let me know how you're getting on. Okay, see you in the next video.